In this video, we will show you how to change the front brake rotors and pads on your Lincoln MKZ. You can find them on CarParts.com via the link in the description. For safety reasons, we strongly suggest watching our video on how to jack your Lincoln MKZ safely. Open the brake fluid reservoir. Insert a flathead screwdriver thin enough to fit between the two walls of the disc. It must be inserted before the caliper mount so that it can abut against it. Using a ratchet and a Torx T40 socket, loosen the two bolts holding the disc. Then remove the screwdriver. Turn the brake disc inward to make this operation easier. Insert a flathead screwdriver into the opening of the brake caliper. Lift it off using the screwdriver as a lever by pulling it towards you. This will cause the piston to retract slightly so that the caliper can be removed more easily for the next steps. Using a fork, unclip the ABS sensor cable retaining clip. Using a ratchet and a long 10mm socket, unscrew the bolt securing the brake hose bracket. Then move the bracket aside. Tip: attach a piece of electrical cable or a hook to one of the strut spring coils. Block the rotation of the guide pins with a 17mm wrench and unscrew the slide pins using a ratchet and a 14mm socket. Finish unscrewing by hand. Repeat this process with the lower slide pin. You can now remove the brake caliper and hang it to the previously installed hook. Then remove the pad pressure springs. Remove the brake pads. To do this, slide them away from the disc. Using a flathead screwdriver, remove the side anti-rattle clips. Using a ratchet and a 15mm socket, unscrew the two holding bolts on the caliper mount. Depending on the state of the bolts on the caliper mount, it may be necessary to use a hammer to loosen them. Finish unscrewing by hand. Remove the caliper mount. Finish unscrewing the disc retaining bolts in order to remove it. Finally, remove the disc. Sometimes the disc may get stuck on the hub. If this happens, use a hammer to remove it. Clean the wheel hub with a wire brush, brake cleaner, and paper towels. You can order the discs and pads kit used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Before installing the new disc, it is vital to clean it using brake cleaner and paper towels to take off the storage paraffin. If your new disc is coated, you can place it directly onto the wheel hub. Put the new brake disc in place. Screw the two retaining bolts back in until they make contact. Using a flathead screwdriver, remove the central anti-rattle clips. Using a wire brush, clean the caliper mount to remove any excess rust that could prevent the pads from sliding. Get hold of the central anti-rattle clips supplied in the kit. Place the new anti-rattle clips on the caliper mount. Reassemble the caliper mount by screwing first by hand, then with a ratchet and a 15mm socket to lock them in place. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. Get hold of the side anti-rattle clips, then put them in place. Grab the new pads and lightly coat the ends with copper grease to help them slide more easily. Insert the new pads into the caliper mount by sliding them in. The brake pad with the wear indicator spring must be positioned on the inside. You need to check the sliding of the brake caliper slide pins and the condition of the caliper slide pin boots. If they look worn, you are advised to replace them with new ones. Grab the caliper. Place a used pad in the caliper, then using a clamp or a brake windback tool, press the piston into the caliper. This step is essential before installing the caliper. As the piston enters the brake caliper, brake fluid will flow back into the brake fluid reservoir. Depending on the original level of the reservoir, make sure that the liquid does not overflow. Pay close attention to the position of the pad pressure springs. To make it easier to install the caliper, hold the assembly with one hand. Put the brake caliper back in place. And screw in the slide pins, by hand at first. Block the rotation of the guide pins with a 17mm wrench and screw the slide pins back in using a ratchet and a 14mm socket. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. Screw the metal hose mounting bracket back on. Replace the ABS sensor cable in its slot. Don't forget to remove the cable that you used to hold the caliper. Clean both sides of the disc with brake cleaner and a cloth to remove the grease from the new pads. Use again the screwdriver technique to stop the rotation of the disc. This will allow you to fully tighten the fastening bolts with a torque wrench. You can now repeat the same process on the other side. Then you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put your vehicle back on the ground before properly fixing the wheels in place. Don't forget to screw the brake fluid cap back on before starting the car. Attention! Before using your vehicle again, start your car and pump the brake pedal a few times to push the brake pads together again. Try to drive smoothly and avoid sudden braking for the first 30 miles or so to avoid glazing the new pads. Operation complete.